what I really want to do is just keep changing these target returns, because at the moment I'm finding this point, which is this, and this point, which is this. I'm finding the minimum variance point for 10% return, so I'm finding 2 points on those two lines. What I really want to do is to then go, okay, what about 11%? See how this changes, see how that changes, to see how these points change. So I really just need to keep changing this, 11, 13, 13, 14, and note down what the hell these returns, the risks are changing. If I could somehow get all these different combinations of mu and sigma for all the different target returns and trace out the MVS when we only have risky assets, and then I'll trace out the MVS when I have risky plus risk-free, which by looking at this one. So actually Excel comes to the rescue there and makes that a lot easier. We can use what's called a data table. Did anyone use a data table before? Yes? You ever used a data table before in Excel? I'm sure. The data table is a special function, so maybe you have. Very helpful for us. And the way we use it is very simple. Is you just write down a list in a column or in a row of all the inputs. So the range of these things you want to change. So I want to go from, let's say I go from 10%, minus 10%, because that's what we have to see, up to 40%. So I just want to write down here, minus 0.1. That's one of the choices. I also want maybe to do minus 5%. I want to do minus 8%. I just have to write down in increments that I'm happy with. I don't have to do that myself. I can use fill command, the predicted fill on Excel. If you actually highlight at least two of those cells with a pattern, you click on the bottom right, the fill, it'll actually carry on that sequence. So it'll spot the sequence. Try to carry on, so we can do it with dates, we can do it with anything. So, and actually, the tiny little thing that tells me where I'm going up to, so I want to start with 40. So that's 40. So there I have numbers for minus 10 to plus 40 in increments of 1%. So what I really want to do is to take this 1.1, take a note of that, copy that, put that there, copy that, put that there, and you keep doing it by changing this input from minus 1. It's going to take a long time. Data table allows you to do that. And how it does it is, if you want these columns to be filled with certain numbers, any of the outputs, when the inputs change, you can actually do that. So what I will do is here, I'll drill a reference to the output that I want it to record, which is the sigma phase. So that, if this input changes now, this output will change and this will change that cell because it's referencing that output. So this is the standard deviation of the MVS risky asset only. I also want to know what the standard deviation of the MVS plus risk-free is, and that's here. So these are the two things I want to keep track of. I can put more here if I wanted to keep track of the weights or whatever, or the lambdas or anything. But let's do two for now. And so data table is easy. Once you have that set up, I just highlight the whole table, with the left-hand column being my binary input I want it to evaluate. The headers of the two columns to be a reference to the output cell that's going to change when that input changes. And I go to data, up here on the data tab, and it's under what if analysis on this version of Excel. It used to be whatever that is. It's usually in the data table. So under what if analysis, you see goal seek, data table. We're going to use goal seek next week. Then tutorial 5, goal seek as well. I'm going to use solve as well. But this is data table which we're using. And the dialog box is very easy. It basically just says row input cell or column input cell. We only need one of those because we're doing this in a row in a column. If we did it in a row, we can use the row input cell bit. But we're doing it in a column. So we just need to find what the column input is. What's the input cell? So what is the input cell? What's the thing that I want to keep changing? It's here. It's the new P. That's the input, isn't it? So if I click on the new P, that's it. do now is hit OK and it'll do all the work for me. Very easy. Don't believe me? Fill it all for me. Okay? So what it's gone is gone and copied all of these into the input cell, which you told it was the input cell. Noticed how this changed and copied it to here. Noticed how that changed and copied it to here, then move on to the next one. Copied this into here, noticed how that changed and copied it there. Okay? So now I have a data table, I have all the points that I can construct the MVS with. Okay? So how do I plot that? Well, I can actually just highlight the data, and because it actually turns around like that, there's a problem with just plotting a line graph, because line graphs don't really do that. You can't have a line graph that bends in on itself. So how you can actually plot this is to use a scatter graph and actually draw lines between them. That's one easy way to do it. So if you go to scatter, insert the scatter, and here is, well, there I want solid lines, whatever. This one without the dots. Okay, but it gives me then the wrong way around. It's giving me something's going on here. So let me just get rid of, so select data. So here it's pick something, let me just get rid of all the data. I just want to add a new series. So let's call this the MVS risky only. Yeah? So series X values. So what's the X values of that risky only? X values are the sigmas, aren't they? X-axis is sigmas. These are all the sigmas for the risky asset only. 20. Yeah. This is all the Y values. So all the Y values are the news. So they're the returns. That's the X, the Y axis. So now I've defined those two series with the X and Y's, hit OK. Let's just see if it's done it. That's the risky asset only MVS. I can go back to select data and I can add another series and do the same for all MVS risky plus risk free. The x-axis now are these sigmas, aren't they? These are the risks for the MVS risk free. The y-axis are the same returns. Okay. Cool. So something's obviously wrong there, isn't it? So then what we do, you have to go back and, well, what's wrong? When I look at this, I can see it's referring to the wrong stuff. So actually, this calculating the risks are wrong. It's actually referring to these three rather than the first two. Especially I want F8 to F10 rather than F9 to F11. I just need to shift those up. I didn't see that. Okay, so hopefully it'll work now. This is why if we call the X, just call it X, and name the ranges, you don't have that problem. Okay, so naming is easy, but it takes more time than that. So I spotted my mistake straight away. Hopefully if and the data table is also dynamic as well. It's updated the data table for me as well and fixed the figure. Okay? So, not that long to do that with data table. It looks exactly the same. You can see the point of tangency. If I go to the slides, remember these are the numbers. 23.5% return, 62.74% sigma. 23.5%, around about that, yeah, 60, 50, 60, sort of looks in the right place. You can actually put these into Excel yourself and get the same numbers. Okay, sit down and